Not long after the recent earthquake in Turkey, many countries and regions around the world dispatched rescue teams and donated supplies. At this critical moment, Japan's behavior surprised many people because they intended to donate, traditionally, by sending 1,000 origami cranes. This gesture was rejected by the Turkish ambassador to Japan, who hinted that Turkey currently needs bread and water more. So why is Japan so insistent on sending 1,000 origami cranes? The origin of the 1,000 origami cranes may be related to the local traditional culture. Just like in our country, Japan also considers cranes to be a symbol of good luck and believes that these auspicious creatures can live for 1,000 years. Those making a wish need to fold 1,000 origami cranes as a corresponding action, known as senbazuru. With this cultural foundation, folding 1,000 origami cranes between friends and family for blessings and prayers has become a beautiful and heartwarming gesture. Imagine a girl folding 1,000 origami cranes to pray for the health of her boyfriend who has a cold and fever. The taste of first love comes rushing back, doesn't it? However, in recent years, Japan's practice of sending 1,000 origami cranes has gradually become bewildering. This mainly refers to donations to disaster areas, and the reason is simple: the most needed assistance for disaster-affected people is professional rescue and supplies. A pile of inedible and undrinkable origami cranes at this time is practically meaningless, a waste of resources, and delays valuable golden rescue time. The first influential origami crane event should be attributed to Sadako Sasaki. She experienced the atomic bombing of Hiroshima at the age of 2, and due to radiation exposure, she developed leukemia and passed away at the age of 12. In her final days, she began folding 1,000 origami cranes for good luck, which was later used for peace propaganda. Along with the promotion through literary works, the act of folding 1,000 origami cranes has been vigorously promoted and extended to many fields. Japanese people like to send 1,000 origami cranes both domestically and internationally. For example, during the 1995 Hanshin earthquake, Japan donated 420,000 individually packaged origami cranes, which temporarily paralyzed the local logistics system. Similarly, during the 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan, a large number of origami cranes were sent to the disaster area. Even in a Japanese cultural center in Peru, a group of elderly people were busy folding paper cranes to send back to Japan. After such widespread behavior, even the Japanese themselves couldn't handle it, and some organizations straightforwardly said, "I'll make a list, please donate supplies according to the list." The act of folding 1,000 origami cranes has even extended to the realm of war. For example, after the outbreak of a world-affecting war last year, many Japanese people wanted to fold paper cranes to pray for peace. Many Westerners also got involved, and some used the folding of 1,000 origami cranes to commemorate the anniversaries of the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, criticizing certain countries for possessing nuclear weapons and calling for nuclear disarmament. The influence of the 1,000 origami cranes extends even further. Japanese Americans have promoted it, for example in June 2020, when some Japanese Americans and others protested outside a certain prison, opposing mass incarceration and the discrimination and violence against people of color. So, folding 1,000 origami cranes is no longer simply a matter of making a wish. It has a growing trend spreading across multiple fields. Corresponding to this is the business behind the origami cranes. In Japan, complete sets of origami crane kits are easily available, each consisting of 1,000 sheets of paper and the corresponding string, and it has been concluded that the most popular size is 7.5 x 7.5 centimeters. These origami papers also feature some Japanese-style patterns, indirectly serving as a means of promoting Japanese culture.